Today, in Executive Dossier, we have a man who is widely known for his distinct and bold content creation. His boldness is not only limited to real life, but in real life he is also known to have taken many bold decisions. Be it by creating Beyond Dreams or by coming up with the VFX venture Proto or taking it against the Badshah of Bollywood, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, he has always been beyond. So today, we have with us Beyond Dreams founder Yash Patnaik. Hello, sir.
Hi, Megha.
Hi. In your shows, we've seen many new faces coming in. So why? What is it? What is the reason behind you taking up new faces? Is it because you want to give them a new opportunity, or is it because you want to cut down on the production cost?
It's a myth that new faces means cut down of the cost. I think the primary objective when we conceive a show, a thought, there are some characters that we want to drive the story. What happens when we take people who have played a lot of other characters, audience tend to connect your character with the previous characters. So keeping that in mind, we prefer to go with fresher faces, but there are certain characters they need known faces and better performers. So it's a mixture of I think fresh faces as well as experienced faces. It is based on the story and the concept that we want to pitch and what is the need of the broadcaster.
You have tasted immense success in the industry. What according to you works the best in Indian scenario, today's scenario?
When we tell stories, we tell the stories from our heart and we try to do something which is not a routine. Whether you take a story of Veera with, whether you take a story of Sadhak, we have tried to break the convention, and I think that is where something people have liked something in those attempts that we have made.
You've always appealed to the youth, like the youth audience in India. So do you think it's high time for the GECs to concentrate more on the youth?
See, when we talk about GEC, that is General Entertainment Channel, and we are talking about 1.3 billion people and almost 70-75% people who access to satellite television. In a family, the youth percentage is less than 30%. If you're talking about mother, father, and the older members and the kids. So there is always going to be the youth percentage is going to be less in a GEC. But yeah, when the platform changes, when devices changes, the preference will change. But I think General Entertainment Channel will always strive on the whole family audience and the pattern. Yeah, but yeah, I think today's youth are going to be tomorrow's adults or older, so you should catch them now. So I think the content should be a mixture of youthness as well as the sanskar.
Is rural rating a curse or a boon?
Anything inclusive is always good, whether it's rural, sub-rural, urban, sub-urban. So I think the more audience sampling we can get, it's going to work better for the industry on the long run. It may have its pluses and minuses at existing scenario, but I think the more inclusive we have the audience, it's better.
So because of rural rating coming in, will we see a lot of content getting more conservative now?
See, it's always going to be. I think how the broadcasters will be looking forward is also the storytellers, that is the producers. What slot you are making the show for? 6 to 8 will generally will be a mix of rural and youth. Because if you notice Channel V, MTV, their prime time is actually early prime time of GCs. The prime time starts at 5 o'clock in the evening. So you have audience that time. 8 to 10 is generally a hardcore family audience, and 10 to 11, 11:30, 12 is the experimental. That is little urban, because in villages people generally hit the bed by 10, 10:30.
So OTT has made a lot of noise in the market these days. Do you think OTT can be a secondary source of screening?
See, OTT, I believe, will be the mainstay of tomorrow, and I'll not be surprised if our next generation they will look back at us this time that we are in right now, saying that you were waiting for 7 days or 24 hours to watch the next story progression, next episode. People are going to get restless as the world progresses. There will be a lot of other entertainment is going to be on the move. Entertainment cannot be stationed. Entertainment has to adjust to people's calendar. It's not going to be the other way. which is currently. OTT is definitely going to be, I think the younger audience will lap into OTT more because they are always on the move. The older audience will always stay with the conventional platform, that is television.
As a content creator, do you think OTT should follow a subscription model or it should continue with the advertisement model?
I think OTT has to follow a subscription model along with the advertising model, because advertising on digital is still in a very early stage. Though it has grown a lot in the last 24 months, I think still a majority of advertising spend goes on broadcasting or print or outdoor. OTT needs to have, but yeah, if people can pay cable operators a monthly amount for a certain kind of channels, I'm sure, but it all depends on the pricing. Pricing is the key here. But yeah, subscription cost needs to support OTT cost, OTT production cost and distribution cost.
Netflix is coming in India. They are penetrating in the Indian market. They are in words with a lot of producers in India. What is your opinion about Netflix coming?
So it's very good, it's welcome. They are the biggest player in the world market with more than 65 million subscriptions with them. India market, I think the dynamics for Netflix will change the moment they really open up their world to us and they take our world to them. I was just studying the numbers recently, where out of the 65 million subscribers Netflix has, close to say 45 million are from US and the rest from the world. And you are talking about a country with a billion-plus audience.
But then again, will that not affect the traditional TV?
No, I think there are a lot of audience who don't watch television, fiction. There are a lot of audience who don't watch general entertainment channels. There are a lot of new audience who have not come to this the platform that we are in. I think there will always, all the platforms will coexist. It all depends on what kind of content you are delivering and how you are engaging the audience. That is going to be the key.
So, sir, we are seeing a lot of bold content, a lot of lip locks happening on television, like the shows on television. So, don't you think that will affect the family viewing factor, which has always been the strength?
I think in films a lot more are happening. So television is just another option for the audience. And see, at the end of the day, people are audience is the same, you know, and they are exposed to a lot more. And if the story needs it and it can be seamlessly integrated, I think anything forced, audience are too smart to accept or reject. So I think lip locks are a part of our lives. So, you know, so I don't think there is any harm, provided it's done aesthetically.
What are the plans with the Digital Innovation Dreams TV?
We will be rolling out, there are two-pronged strategies that we have. One, content that we'll be creating for various platforms, and we'll be working out, I think 2016, early part of 2016, we'll be rolling out our OTT platform.
In television, the IP remains with the channel commissioning the show, right? Will you go with the same proposition in OTT as well?
See, it all depends on the volume of work one is getting. In television, we as producers, we don't have any issue sharing, giving the IP to the broadcaster, but at the end of the day, they are selling it. If a show doesn't work, they pay the producers their episodic fee. They don't renegotiate if a show doesn't work. Yeah, the life of the show keeps changing. When it comes to OTT, if the cost of episodic fee, because the volume, the number of episodes will not be as long. It's not going to be a 260 episodes. It's going to be 10 episodes or 15 episodes or 20 episodes. If the OTT players, they're ready to give, compensate the producers for the gestation cost, because there's a huge gestation cost that goes in to produce a show. Out of 20 concepts, one works. One concept survives the struggle phase and actually converts into a production program which finally gets reach out to the audience. There will be a huge pre-production cost that every producer invests. But as a producer, it will be a combination of content that we will be looking at retaining the IP. And some content which I don't mind doing it because I want to be seen in different platforms. Primarily we are producers, that is going to be a primary business focus. But yeah, there is going to be also a certain number of content that we believe that we can take the risk, we can absorb the investment and losses, because over a period of time I think it's going to benefit us if we have some IP with us.
You are all set up with a new venture in comics and animation called Proto. So where are you planning to set it up?
Proto will be operated from this office, our Mumbai office, but we have talent across the globe. Some of the people are based in LA, some people are in Russia, some from Japan. So we have talent across the globe. A lot of people have worked with Marvel, DC, who are working with us on our properties. Proto will primarily cater to, we are currently creating our own universe where all our characters are going to live, and they fight their evils, and they will be the superheroes of the new generation.
We are looking forward to it. I am definitely looking forward to the new concept coming in. So that's it, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Megha. It's a pleasure talking to you.